A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give a second, don't give a solitary shit. And when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you could afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. I can't be a cowboy. Justin's a cowboy. I can't be an Australian. Sterling's an Australian. I can't be a dickhead. Tristan's a dickhead. you have to accept your role and you have to play it, right? To be born a certain height and then to sit there and go, what do I do? I'll tell you what you do. You become the best version of yourself. We still had to become the best version of ourselves. If I was only 6'3" and didn't achieve any of the other things I've achieved, none of you would be watching this podcast right now. True. Nothing about the height is in and of itself enough value for me to be a valuable man. If you're 5'2", you need to become rich, strong, well-connected, and funny, and charismatic, and interesting, and witty. If you're 6'4", you need to become rich, strong, well-connected. It's the same game.
What are 3 red flags in a woman?
If she is overly social or has a bunch of male friends, that's the first thing that's obviously a massive red flag for obvious reasons. If she's very aggressive, hyper-aggressive, or hyper-masculine, that's definitely a red flag. Some women, especially in the Western world, are becoming like that. Yeah. And if she believes in any of this feminist ideal garbage, and when I say feminist, I don't mean everyone believes that women should be able to have an opinion on certain things and believe that women should drive or whatever. That's fine. But when I mean like full age, full crazy feminists like the West, that's a massive.
Yeah. Going through a breakup sucks. And every single man out here, no matter what they say, understands how bad it is to go through a breakup and understands what heartbreak's like. It's difficult. It's not easy. I'd actually like to argue that men feel more heartbroken than women. I think that's facts. I think it's true. And I think it's because one of the possessive element that we have, the idea of her being with someone else hurts more than the idea of you being with someone else to her. And secondly, because you have a lot less options than she has instantly. So I think that breakups are worse for men than they are for women. And I understand how difficult and hard they can be. However, the unfortunate reality is that chasing her and being dedicated to her and saying you're going to do whatever she wants, etc., is very unlikely to work. It's very unlikely to work, and you have to look at the scenario you're in, look at the chessboard, and make the best possible move. When you're truly heartbroken, you can't even sleep, and your mind is constantly preoccupied. And instead of seeing that as a negative, what you need to do is use that as a source of unlimited power. If I was truly heartbroken today, let's imagine, and I could barely sleep, I'd be in better shape than I've ever been. I'd train like a fucking animal. When you're young, go out there and get stressed, get upset, have those sleepless nights. You should, at 17, 18, you should be panicking. And that's going to give you a stress tolerance level that allows you to grow into an adult which can handle a big life. So you go up to someone on the beach. The first thing you need to do in a very calm, slow, cool way. Excuse me. Make sure you're confident. Look her in the eyes. I just wanted to say you are absolutely beautiful. I make my intention clear. And she says, thank you. You're welcome. I just wanted to come and tell you that. I'm sure you hear it all the time. I was wondering if I could have your Instagram. And after she gives me her Insta, this is the true test, I'll say thank you for that and I'll shake her hand. And I will delay for 2 seconds. And the reason I will delay is this. If she says, okay, then she ain't interested. If she says, what's your name? She's on it. If she wants to know my name back, game over. 100% in the bag.
What's like your advice to a guy who's whatever? He could be coming out of university or in his 30s, but he's like looking for a little direction. How do you start off, get centered to become successful?
There's like 10 different answers I can give. But I think truthfully in the world we're living in now, I use this analogy a lot. Maybe I overuse it, but you need to find a way to some degree to escape the matrix. I can't be canceled. No, I can say what I want. My finances are secure. I've escaped the matrix. And when I talk about the matrix, it primarily applies to men because men are the backbone of the slave force. We always have been and always will be. And unfortunately now, if you're a law-abiding man inside the matrix, your future and the life that is laid out for you is nothing but depressing. You're going to go to school. You're going to get in debt. You're going to get a job. You're going to get a wife. Divorce is coming. You're going to lose the house eventually. Your job's shit. Inflation's outpacing your wages. You're going to work. No one's going to appreciate it. Now you're old and your life's over. That is the matrix for 99% of men. And you need to find a way to escape it. Women can talk to you for a few seconds and go, something's wrong with him. He's odd. They're good at detecting things. So I don't think it's very much as much what you say as it is how you say it. And I know that's a bit cliche. But if you come across and you're genuinely confident and they can genuinely feel a vibe from you that's not creepy, you can say anything. I think you can go up to a girl and say, excuse me, sorry to interrupt to her friend. Be very polite and say, I just want to say you are absolutely beautiful. And if you say that in a way that's calm and nice and cool, and you come across nice, I don't want to ruin your night or nothing, but I'm going to buy you both a drink and I'll leave you alone. They're going to be, oh, okay, cool. I think you don't have to say anything fancy, right? But if you come over and like, oh, and you fuck it up, then you're a weirdo. So it's all about the delivery.